Hey neighbor, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new 1975 single. The British alternative pop and rock band have gone in some experimental directions over their past few albums, most notably on 2020's Trainwreck of epic proportions, Notes on a Conditional Form. I personally detested that album for the most part, but it feels like they're trying to correct course and maybe go back to their roots. At least that's what Matty Healy has been teasing. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to take a listen for the first time and stick around to the end because I'll give a track review once I've heard it more.
She was part of the Air Force, I was part of the band. I always used to burst into my hand. You gotta talk about the people, baby.
Baby. Okay, Elvis.
Communist keisters, writing about their ejaculations.
What? Matty Healy just can't seem to help himself at this point. That was yet another self-indulgent tirade that laid into the worst aspects of what he does as a writer. And despite the fact that I kind of dug on first listen some of the instrumentation, I do feel like they've gone as far as they could possibly go with this minimalist, oh, here's a little bit of a saxophone, we're kind of loungy type of sound. They keep chasing after it anyways. I thought this was going to be the Back to Basics album, but this doesn't appear to be that at all. Part of the band just wanders and wanders and wanders. There's no real hook. The lyrics are asinine, and it feels like he is rambling quite literally out of some sort of drug-induced haze. Whatever, that was listen one, so I shall return once I've heard it more right now. Yeah, okay, so this is not for me. I can see a little bit of the draw the more I listen to it. I think the instrumental speaks a little bit louder than some of the lyrics do, but I feel like this song starts to drown the closer I listen because, again, Matty Healy just seems to be incoherently stringing together all of these thoughts that don't really make for anything other than observations, I guess, about his own life, about the world around him, but it seems like it's played up almost to the point of self-parody because people talk about Matty Healy being a little bit up his own ass. This sounds like Bon Iver took a Coke bottle and shoved it up his own ass because that's about where this song is landing. I really am not trying to shut down innovation or a band trying to move forward, but this just seems like a stagnant rehashing of what they did on Notes and A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships. It doesn't really add anything new. I do like some of the general affectations of the strings and the saxophone. It's pretty tasteful once it finally gets going, and I guess I like the outro of the song. If it was an instrumental vibe, then who knows? I guess I might be a little bit on board, but those lyrics are impossible to ignore. They're so ridiculously bad. I don't see how anyone defends them. Oh, he's just being ironic. You're taking it way too seriously. You're looking into it too much. What else am I supposed to do? What else is my mind supposed to be drawn to? Because the music isn't interesting enough to the point where I'm like, oh, the lyrics don't really matter all that much. My focus is drawn to Matthew Healy front and center, and yet again, 3 albums in a row for me. It's been disappointment, even bigger disappointment, and while this is definitely not as bad as some of the worst moments on Notes on a Conditional Form, it's not that much better, and it definitely doesn't give me like a weight off my shoulders type of feeling like, oh, I can relax now. Phew, the new album is gonna be amazing for sure. Listen to me getting all heated over the 1975 1975. You dig it, you do you. That's totally fine. But for me, this is so passé, so aggressively off-putting lyrically that I can't identify with it in any way. And it's so far gone from the hooks that the 1975 as a band absolutely decimated on their first two records and even parts of A Brief Inquiry. It's such a rough fall off for them because I know they can do it. It's just almost like Matty's like, I'm not going to give you that because I'm gonna be artsy. Thumbs down. That's my rating for the 1975's new single, Part of the Band. What are you guys feeling? Hit me with your take in the comments section down below because these were just my honest thoughts, my first reaction, a track review after I heard it more. Do you still have hope for their upcoming album, or do you think it's gonna be more of a self-indulgent parade like we heard last time? It's been a few years, so really, who knows at this point, so I am interested and open, but at the same time, worried. If you want to see me talk about the 1975 more, there are videos on screen, and I'll be back soon on Beyond ARTV.